watching B-Eazy Dat Dude. B-Eazy Dat Dude, yeah, they know the name. Stacking up the paper, but having money ain't a thing. Standing on business, burning hotter than a flame. From the block to the boardroom, you gotta stand the rain. B-Eazy Dat Dude, yeah, they know the name. Stacking up the paper, but having money ain't a thing. Standing on business, burning hotter than a flame. From the block to the boardroom, you gotta stand the rain. Big block engine with 26 inches on the chrome I ride. Started at the bottom, soared to the top and still on the ride. Air handshake solid, seal the deal airtight. He gave you the blueprint to grind and get your hustle right. Money in the vision, it was dirty but he washed it clean. Turned a dollar to a dream, now he living like a king. From the late nights grinding to the early bird moves. Ask around the city, he really that dude. He love how he talking cause he walk it too. Every step calculated, everything come through. From the hood by the views, yeah, the rooftop views. He the bridge between the struggle and the good life views. Never fold under pressure, shine like a diamond in the sun. Every loss was a lesson, every win is hard won. Now the crowd chant his name when he steps in the room. B-Eazy Dat Dude, yeah, you know he's the truth. B-Eazy Dat Dude, yeah, they know the name. Stacking up the paper, but having money ain't a thing. Standing on business, burning hotter than a flame. From the block to the boardroom, you gotta stand the rain. B-Eazy Dat Dude, yeah, they know the name. Stacking up the paper, but having money ain't a thing. Standing on business, burning hotter than a flame. From the block to the boardroom, you gotta stand the rain.
Ooh, B-Eazy, we all here to see B-Eazy. We wanna listen to B-Eazy, ayy. We all like B-Eazy. Nah, matter of fact, we love B-Eazy. Believe me, he really that dude. Subscribe to the channel, it's easy to do. If you care, then go ahead and share. This fire content, extraordinarily rare. That's why I put that on mamas, he is that dude. I put that on fathers, he is that dude. So be easy. Don't leave your girl around B-Eazy. If she bad, he might bang her. But let's get back to the content because this another banger. Banger, banger. Tune right in to B-Eazy Dat Dude. If you're feeling him, hit the like then. Hey, we all like B-Eazy. Nah, matter of fact, we love B-Eazy, believe me. He really that dude. So, B-Eazy, tell me how it feel. Ooh, tell me how it feel. To be real, to be real, to be really that dude. B-Eazy, B-Eazy Dat Dude.
If you feel the vibe, like, share, and subscribe. We growing on this journey. Come and take a ride. If you wanna slide with that dude, be easy. We going all the way to the top, believe me. All the way to the top, believe me.
Your radios up. Turn your radios up. Y'all know what this is. Y'all know who this is. B-Eazy Dat Dude, a double header stream, back with another one. Now, this one will be a banger. An illustrious guest should be joining, so it will be a doozy. Now, Big Rig, let me know when you're ready. I'm waiting for Big Rig to slide through, but before I get into it, shout out to Christian Progress. As FBA is the bloodline, FMA is the result. You said you're driving the car. I'm just riding shotgun, sir. The coldest white boy alive. Hey, salute. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm a humanitarian. I love people of every racial, demographic, ethnic background, and orientation. You know what I mean? It's all love. And I'm definitely America first. I am a humanitarian, so I want to see the globe be enriched. But they say charity starts at home. And I am a foundational Black American freedman. So shout out to Big Rig. So look, y'all, I'm waiting for Big Rig to join. He says that he's ready, so I'm going to drop the link, and there he goes. Last call, Mr. Midnight Soul himself, chatting from an undisclosed location in Northern America. So we're going to get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link, and this one is just, I did an extended stream earlier, but I'm back with another one just because I'm a man of the people, you know what I mean? And if you guys want to make a contribution, first of all, it doesn't cost you a fee. Like, sharing, commenting, telling a friend to tell a friend, it's all free. So there are a multitude of ways that you can support. So even if you say, hey, I'm unable or unwilling to support financially, you know what? I understand. But don't tell me that you can't give a like. A like is free. Even if you give a hate like because you're reluctant, at least support in that way. Or if you're a troll or a bigoted person, leave a comment, because at least your bigoted comments help boost the algorithm, right? So just to let y'all know, I do have Venmo, PayPal. I need to get my link set up for that. But right now, y'all could hit me on the Cash App. So before I proceed, let me give y'all a friendly reminder about the Cash App.
Grave digger, the dome cracker, the wig splitter. All about my cheddar, square ass nigga. Hating on the player, cause I'm all about my facts. Drugs gon' get you, 100 miles per hour, feel like a cobra. All about my cheddar, square ass nigga.
About my cheddar, so y'all can hit me $Easy Stack on the Cash App, or just hit your boy with a like. Big Rig, oh damn, my bad. Hold on, I forgot to pull this up. Big Rig, is that you? That really you?
Yeah. What's going on?
Okay.
Who the hell are you?
I had to just make sure. Okay, that's my brother. Okay, we back at it. What's good with the guy?
Man, I'm chilling, brother. You know what I'm talking about?
Nah, I can respect it, man. So,
on this hot day, though. Chilling on this hot day, though.
What do you consider hot?
Man, whenever it's $1, man, it's hot. Shit.
Yeah, no, I remember when I was in Fresno, they used to be like, oh, it's only going to be today.
I used to hate Fresno back in the days, boy.
Yeah, it used to be like regularly like 105.
Period, bro. Nighttime, you 90s.
It was banging. That's why they used to be like, oh, it's only going to be 99 today. I'm like, only 99? Like, what you mean, bro?
My boy stayed right off of Western Dakota.
I stayed off Church and Elm in the Dog Pound. You feel
me? Okay. I know where that be at.
I was in the midst of it all, but you know what I'm saying? Like, the earth is my turf. I wasn't out there.
Hell yeah.
You feel me? I wasn't trying to high side or nothing like that, but yeah.
Motherfuckers were just trying to live.
Bro, you know how it is, bro. this the thing, bro. The trenches is the same everywhere. So if I didn't
Period.
survive some of the most notorious hoods in California, I can go to these other hoods, bro. I be going to these other hoods. I'm like, bro, this is the hood. Like, I was able to
Right.
just slide over there and be cool. But the thing is, I blended in because they thought you feel me? Once you go in there looking goofy, kind of scary, shaking and looking around, bro, they might press you. Bro, I
Right.
walked in some of these hoods, bro. You feel me? I usually have my equipment on me, but there have been times where I've been there with, you feel me, where I was lightweight naked, but still as a man I was able to, you feel me, I wasn't in any danger, right? Because
Right.
you may know some people and you may know how to maneuver your way throughout danger and perilous moments, right? And I think that's critical, a lot of resolve and resilience that people don't always gain now because a lot of people do a lot of stuff online, right? Like you said,
Okay.
like these cats never really walked the yard and they never really set foot on a block where you know, damn, if I walk down, bro, I know these cats gonna press me, but then you still gotta walk down that block. Cause if you turn the other way, then they know like, hey bro, we finna go bend the corner. So sometimes you gotta kind of man up. Speak on that, Big Rig.
Well, hold on. I might need you to repeat that because I was looking at the chat, bro. And last call said you need to turn your volume up a little bit.
Oh, okay, hold on, give me 1 sec. But go ahead,
Yeah.
please. Yeah,
Well,
big
no,
bro.
hit me with the question one more time, bro, because I wasn't really catching it. What was the last ending of that question?
Well,
Because
the
I know we was talking
question,
about like, yeah,
yeah, I was saying the question essentially was that a lot of cats are doing things on the internet, right?
hmm,
So they don't really know what it's like to have to, you feel me,
right,
walk a
right,
cell block. They don't
right,
really know
right,
what it's like to have to walk a block. When you
right,
go down the block, you see some niggas that might press you and you
right.
still kind of got to walk, you feel me? You still got to walk the same, you feel me?
I mean, you got to stand in it, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be what it's gonna be. You
And
feel me?
that's essentially what I was saying. Like, so some people
Yeah.
they really can't understand that as being like an internet nerd. You feel me? And there's
Oh, they
nothing wrong
never
with
will.
nerds, bro. Yeah,
No, not at all.
yeah, I support nerds and dweebs and stuff. But what I'm saying is when you get into the nerdy stuff and you start talking about some street stuff and like it's like,
Right.
come on, bro, like keep it internet, bro, because you know the streets is a very dangerous and perilous stuff. And Big Rig knows, like, when you start popping it a certain way, I say this is virtual reality, but it's a microcosm of actual reality. So once you start making these threats on virtual reality, people will start to dox and want to pull up on you on actual reality. But some cats is like, you're not prepared for the lengths and the levels that people will go if they have a street background, if they have nothing to lose. So it's like, bro, you're not really like that, bro. Just keep it internet. Don't try to violate me on the internet. We can joke, we can roast, we can throw mud at each other. We're good at that, right? I'm good with that. But when you start making the threats, bringing up family members, once you make a threat, like I'm done with the whole thug, like 50 said, you can be the smartest, I'll be the hardest. If I get any threats from any thuggish person, you know what, I'm not gonna hold you. I fear for my life, and I'm gonna treat you like Tookie Williams. I'm gonna treat you like Scarface. And that's what I'm saying. I'm keeping my equipment on. I'm a pro 2A, bruh. So if you're making these threats against me as a thuggish figure, hey, I'ma just roll the tape, roll that beautiful beam footage. That's why I had to violate this person by any means necessary as an act of self-defense. So just threatening people online, that's really not the spirit to do. That's why I don't do that. Everything
It
I
ain't the
say, I'm able
spirit of
to stand on.
76, pimp. It ain't the
Hey,
spirit of
yeah, what you say?
76.
But shout out to
Shout out to
Progress
S3.
USA. Progress USA, and I'm gonna get to the chat, but Progress USA popped up like Pickaboo on the cam. What up with Progress, bro? You finally had some
Oh, we got
time to
somebody up
link.
here?
Yeah, could you
Oh,
see?
okay, what it do? I was in the chat, man. I was checking out the chat, but I see you now, though. What it do, Progress?
Yeah, so salute to Progress, and then of course we got the illustrious, the sensational, and sophisticated Sincere. So we gonna go ahead and pop it. Like I said, this was
Well,
just
just
a
to touch on
first.
that. Oh,
Go
go ahead. I'm
ahead.
sorry, dog. Well, just to touch on
No,
that, what you said,
go
bro.
ahead.
You know, and it ain't, I don't never be trying to glamorize anything, bro. But like, Far from a square, bro. Been in all kind of different fields, man. When I say certain things like walking yards and shit, because you know it's real shit, bro. Like a lot of these cats that be on the internet, man, and they really try to act like they really tough. They really get to popping it. You know what I'm saying? They'll say some of the most egregious things to you. They'll bring up your family members, your kids, and everything, bro. Just things that they would never do in real life in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Because there's gonna be some type of altercation with that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just gonna go over. You feel me? So like that's a good point, bro. Like these people that be on the internet doing that, they got a real issue, bro. For real, they probably real lonely out there in the real world. Probably ain't got no friends, bro. Probably ain't got no bread. You know what I'm saying? Probably ain't even getting no type of sex. You know what I'm saying? So they just completely just miserable, bro. And what they try to do is they try to make people that do have some things going or just be trying to have a good time and do what they do. They try to make them miserable, bro. Like that movie, you know, Misery Loves Company. You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly, and that was a deranged movie, but it was a good movie. But yeah, and before I move on, because like I said, this is just a freestyle. You feel me? We just gonna be popping it, flowing with the chat, and also gotta give a shout out to my boy Roger, Mr. Nassau County himself. So salute Roger Meadows. And yeah, if y'all got some particular topics that y'all want us to address, otherwise I'm gonna be cooking up some random topics. But Progress, I know that you've been around, you know, various topics on the internet streets and stuff. What is like the climate that you've seen as it relates to like real life? You know, do you think that people kind of, you know, hide behind the screen? You know, they call them like keyboard warriors and stuff like that, and make threats, or like have you seen kind of like neutral behavior, like the same way people act online that they act in person? Because there's a lot of people, you know, they be calling people n-words or worse other disgusting slurs, but then in their face they don't want to do it. You know what I mean? You know, these dudes might call women the B word, but in their face, they don't want to do it. So, like, what have you seen, Progress? Just touch on, you know, like the shenanigans of the internet that you've endured or experienced.
Yes, brother, you are correct. There's a lot of keyboard warriors that do not show their face and they just type online, and they are not of the bloodline, and they want to perpetrate like they're us, but they're really tethers. And I'm here to distinguish between us and them. That's my whole thing. That's why I've come up with the FMA. And I
And what
realized
does that stand for?
FMA stands for Foundational Mixed American. And we are growing in numbers, but we do not realize, like, I know that even the FBA, there's a lot of blacks in America that don't realize that they are FBA. But there's even more mixed people that don't realize they have the bloodline, and they want to go in a direction of maybe a mulatto, which they don't even realize that the term
Yeah,
mulatto is.
I had one earlier. I had a mulatto earlier, and he was calling himself. Now I think he was a troll, but he said he was mulatto, and a mulatto has a specific historical term. It's you know, a black person. They try to say an African person, but let's just say it's someone of African ancestry mixed with someone of European ancestry. A black and white is a very specific mix, right? Because there's biracial people, you know, there's a black and Asian people, right? But you can't call a black and an Asian mulatto, right? So he called himself mulatto, but then it's like basically his title was mulatto, but he said he identifies as African American. And I'm just like, huh? Like, you know, the people that have lineage to the soil, they're either foundational Black American, Solon, Negro, colored, like they identify more with those terms. But and I do concur that there is like a growing population of mixed Americans. That's why I always ask people, because whether people like it or not, you know, race, all, so basically they say race is a social construct, and if you believe that, then everything that falls under race, ethnicity, tribes, religion, and all this other stuff, those are all social constructs. But basically, It's about what socially people are adhering to, right? And how you identify, because people do have a right to intellectual sovereignty. So there's some people that are quote unquote mixed and biracial. And that's why I tell people, don't try to project blackness onto them, because even though some of them may have the lineage, genetics to claim blackness based on, one or more of their parents, doesn't mean that they want to be labeled as black. And then also, some people have mixed ancestry, and they do say like, yeah, I'm mixed, but I identify as black. You know what I mean? So I think that does need to be a more nuanced discussion, rather than people just trying to label it flat as colorism. Maybe there is some colorism involved, but for a different reason, simply because historically mulattoes and mixed race people have been used as like a buffer group to, kind of cause confusion and division amongst the black community. But we're all inclusive, so whether people rightly or wrongly believe it, we have subscribed to like the one drop rule. Like I said, whether you agree with it or not, it's about social construct and how many collective people agree with it. But yeah, go ahead and speak, Progress, and tell us more about the FMAs.
Yes, sir. Because my bloodline is directly American. My mother on her side, she's white, and you can get her lineage directly from the Mayflower. And my father is FBA, and I can get my history from his side and from his family in Oklahoma. And I have a great grandmother that is directly a descendant from Native American, and she is black.
Yeah, I was gonna say in Oklahoma, yeah, they have like the most black founded towns in Oklahoma. A lot of those names that we just thought was random names, because shout out to Tariq Nasheed and other people that was claiming their indigenous ancestry. But my family is from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and Tuscaloosa is an indigenous word, and it's like you just hear it and you don't know. But there's a lot of these names of these towns that you don't know, even like the Dakotas, right? North Dakotas and all this stuff. Many of these are indigenous names. Some of them, that there's a mixture of like ancient indigenous names and then more of the modern indigenous names as well. But now you just hear it and you don't necessarily think of it. And then many people try to label, any people with mixed ancestry or FBA ancestry as a pretendian. But it's like, nah, a lot of us grew up. My boy on the panel, Big Rig, I always told him, I was like, bruh, you look like like you got some Cherokee ancestry in you. And I just said that randomly. He never told me that. And then finally he was like, bro, I think I do. Or I think that he said that he does affirmatively. I just can't remember, but he'll be able to speak.
Yeah, I got Blackfoot in me. Yep.
And see, this is what I'm saying. Like some people will say, no, you trying to pretend in. And it's like, bro, nah, it's like really. And then they start having you question your lineage and have you look into Africa. Well, your lineage that's right in front of you here, you're overlooking it. But go ahead, Progress. You got it.
So my whole point is that sometimes we don't realize exactly where we come from as biracials, but it doesn't mean that we don't necessarily, as Americans, support. The fact is that we're owed reparations. And sometimes we just want to, growing up, we just want to just love all people, and we don't want to recognize growing up in our biracial household that the history of America, and we don't want to go over the painful things that have happened, and they want to use us as like this useful bridge. But I don't mind being a bridge, but I want to be a bridge in the right way. Because first and foremost, if you have FBA bloodline, you're owed reparations. And these mulattoes out here don't realize that the term mulatto is really a Latin word. and then you'll get blended in with these Creoles and
mestizo and all sorts of other.
and then you'll get lost in the sauce, and you won't even realize that during those times
And peep this progress. They used to all, even not only mulatto, they were calling them, okay, now you're not a mulatto, you're a quadroon, an octoroon. So it's just kind of like a form of Creole, and all of these were created buffer groups to separate you from blackness, while at the same time saying that, well, you're not really white because you have one drop or several drops of quote unquote Negro blood. So you're not really like them, and you're not really like us. So it's like trying to put them in a like a precarious situation when it comes to identity, because there is a identity crisis for many people, and it's usually inflicted by the dominant society, like, rightly or wrongly. Some people say, no, if you're mixed, you're not black. You know what I mean? So it's still, a tug of war of that. But then it's like, the standards get very loose, right? Because some people say you are the seed of your father. So if your father is black, then that's what you are. You know what I mean? Some people say all you got to do is have a black parent. So because it's a construct, it becomes fluid based on the social adherence. Were you trying to get in there, Big Rig?
Well, yeah, because the thing that gets funny sometimes, bro, and this happened a long time ago when I was watching like a shit. I don't know if it was either a Ricky Lake or a Jenny Jones, right? And it happened to be a mixed person up there. You know what I'm saying? But they was just so against, you know what I'm saying, a part of their race. And it's almost like they had two different types. You know what I'm saying? Like, say it was a mixed black and white. Okay, they was more to their white side. That's cool. And then there was another person that was more to their black side. But the thing is, right, is usually when it comes to mixed people, you feel me? It's the complexion, right? Sometimes they'll be a little bit darker than others, and they'll kind of run more with the black thing. You know what I'm saying? Because in reality, bro, that's how you're gonna be looked at. Period. You're gonna be looked at as a black person. You know what I'm saying? Just because of your pigment of your skin. But that's just one thing that kind of got funny when I seen that. It tripped me out, right? Because I dig it, right? You mix whatever your parents, but to just completely deny a certain part of yourself, though, that was wild to me. You know what I mean? And I think when it comes to mixed people,
respect that. Yeah,
I can't respect it. And I think when it comes to mixed people, that it's kind of got to be kind of hard a little bit, because that's something that they see a lot. I'm sure, people that it's mixed and they want to diss part of their heritage or whatever. And then there's some others that embrace another part, more than others. You know what I mean? Then the other part, the other parent or whatnot. So it could just get really funny.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It could be a tight rope. This is why some people say, well, they're against quote unquote interracial mixing and all this stuff. But I say, well, you can't really police people's punani.
Absolutely.
So
right.
They do what they do. It's just like we just got to deal, with the aftermath. And then people can't have it both ways. They can't try to say, oh, it is a construct, but then you keep adhering to the construct, right? You know what I mean? And then on the flip side, you say, well, we're all humans and stuff. So it's like, okay, cool. Then stop talking about black on black crime and all this other stuff. Because remember, we're all humans. It's just human crime. But then people revert back to this quote unquote racial and ethnic construct. So fine, we have to deal with the construct as is. And we can't try to say that life began in Africa and from black you get white, and then if someone has a too light skin pigment, then you're like, bro, he ain't really black. But then you say you are the seed of your father. So if his dad is black and you are the seed of your father, but then other people say, well, if you are the seed of your father, then Bob Marley really ain't black because Bob Marley's dad is white. But
that's a fact.
So it's like, because it's a construct, it becomes fluid. It gets confusing and convoluted, but it's based on social.
Oh shit! Watts is laughing. Get in there, Watts. All right.
Go ahead, Watts.
Hey Phil, the first motherfucker that open their mouth and say Bob Marley not black needs to get punched in their mouth. Word to mommy. Like, look, man, I've been listening to y'all, and every time, like, I don't think what y'all saying is wrong. It's just the whole time I'm listening to y'all, it's just like, you niggas just overcomplicate shit. Like
this dude.
What happened?
This gonna get good. Let's go.
You want me to simplify it?
No,
Oh, this gonna get good.
But easy. That's the problem, though. What happened to the simplicity of only worrying about the opinions of the niggas you ride bikes with? Like what happened to that? What happened to the only opinion you're really concerned with is the people that's in your neighborhood, the niggas that go to school with you? Like people's worldview was simply just what was in their bubble. Now, because everybody on Instagram, you worried about a nigga that lived 4,000 miles away from you that ain't never left his hometown. Like, you niggas just be over, like, I'm listening to you talking about if your daddy black, but your mama white, then you're black. But if your mama black and your daddy white, then we overcomplicating shit. Homeboy grew up in the same hood you grew up in. Why is it like what makes the difference?
But have you never heard that though, 100 watts? Have you never heard that though? I mean, can we keep it 100?
No.
Can we keep it 100? Okay.
And it's I've heard it, and every time I hear it, it's stupid. Because okay, cool. Let's take Bob Marley for example. Like, what if we're going based off of what we talking about? The lineage is based on where your father is. So based on that, yes, Bob Marley is not black. He is a white man based on that thought process, but that's fucking stupid. When you look at that man in his face, he's not white. When you look at his hair texture, he's not white. The way that he speaks, the way that he carries.
Bible thumpers that.
Man, come on, man. Fuck all of that. The seed of your father. Cool. They're like, you biblical, not biblical, whatever.
Watch. You know you're not the only one with an opinion, right? So yeah, this is your perspective and you think it's stupid, but you telling Christian Bible thumpers who may believe this. I'm not saying whether I believe it.
Facts.
I'm saying it's a bunch of people that aren't me that do believe it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. So you saying it's overcomplicated? Well, the world is overcomplicated. You don't live a simple life, bruh. Is your life
Which is the problem
as a grown adult? Your life is overcomplicated, and you tripping about a quote unquote overcomplicated conversation. That's called complexity.
No, because yes, you're right. My life is complicated. The things that transpire on a day-to-day basis is complicated because humans make shit complicated. The politics that's involved with something as simple as getting a job. Like the politics that's involved in something as simple as getting a job is fucking ridiculous. I think that we have normalized overthinking shit. Sometimes it's okay to only fuck with the people that fuck with you. If you're of a mixed delineation, it's okay for people that are of supposed purebred. Like, it's okay for you to not be cool in their group. Like, it's okay for that to be the case. Let's not overcomplicate things and try and label these people as certain.
It may be okay for you, but you don't speak for mixed people. So how you know it's okay for them?
Okay, so
you got a mixed person on the panel right now. You got a mixed person on the panel right now.
So it's like you speaking for. Matter of fact, let me ask you: are you mixed? Do you identify as mixed, 100 watts?
See, the problem with that is, am I mixed? Yes. Do I identify as that? Sure. But what does it matter?
Your identity doesn't matter to you? So
that's not what I'm saying. No, that's not. Okay, cool. I see what you're saying. My oversimplification created a different thought process. I understand what you're saying. That's not the point that I'm making. What I'm saying is that we as humans have created this space where it's way too easy for us to just cut people off and tribalize ourselves. And we do it off of the most minimalist of shit. We do it off of skin color, what type of shoes a motherfucker wear, what type of school did you go to? Like, we do it off of the most minuscule of things. And I think that what is most common is the shit that we decide to simplify doesn't matter. We want to judge someone simply based on their skin color rather than the stuff that actually matters. That's what I'm saying. The simple parts of life that are actually simple, we overcomplicate. Am I wrong in that?
No, I mean I would concur with that assessment, but you speaking of overcomplicated, and ironically you went around the Mayberry bush to make a convoluted point to drive it home. You
No,
could have
I
simply
made
said that, but you overcomplicated your point while trying to talk about simplicity. That's the irony of it all.
because when I made a simple point, when I make a simple point, it is created into something else. It is overcome. When I make a simple point, it's overcomplicated.
You come in aggressive and like calling,
That's
people's. You come in calling people stuff. It's not what you say; it's how you say it, bro. So if you come in, somewhat kind of disrespectful or passive aggressive.
How did I do it? But please enlighten me. How did I do that? I'm not sure if I did, because it's just how I speak and how I come off. How may I have done that?
I personally have interacted and had engagement with you. So me personally, it was cool, and you know what I mean. But like the tone did seem a little bit like volatile, and then you were saying it's stupid and all this stuff. You know what I mean?
Very opinionated.
That's what I mean. What did you think, Big Greg?
I mean, I hear where he was coming from, but I just think he was kind of aggressive with it because he was kind of driving his point, which that's fine, right? Everybody's going to have their own opinion. But just like how I have my own opinion, I'm not trying to force anything that, my opinion on anybody. I'm just having a conversation and seeing where this shit go. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I brought up the whole.
My fault.
But the thing is, like, I knew how it was going to go because when we said the thing about when the thing came up about Bob Marley, you started laughing and feeling away. I never said Bob Marley wasn't black, bro. Like, I don't think nobody really just came out and said that, but that was kind of your point. Like, how y'all gonna say Bob Marley ain't black? Y'all got to be on some, but y'all, you know what I mean? That's how you came, bro. And I was like, I don't think Congress did anything. I was just,
Okay, I got you. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. See, sometimes I need to hear things in order for me to understand. I got you. My intention was not to be aggressive or anything of the sort, right? When I said it wasn't to be opinionated or anything. It wasn't to be opinionated. It was
cool being opinionated.
Because everybody got an opinion.
Correct.
It's just the way you was driving it. It's just the way it was being driven. It was the driver, man. It was the driver.
I can understand that, and I can understand that, but
because when you got to your destination, I told you I concurred with the point that was being made, and that's all it was. You feel me? Like I said, I mean, I'm not saying you should tone down your rhetoric or anything like that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying how it was perceived. I mean, I didn't cut you off or you know what I mean, hit you with no memes or anything like that, because you feel me, I respect your intellect. I know like your stuff is not, you feel me, just some random babble, you know what I mean? And we don't necessarily have to agree to come to a respective conclusion of the discussion.
Facts.
But like
Facts.
I said, I agreed with what you said. And overall, my thing is to show that we can have discussions that's deep. Everything that's being said, I'm not always going to agree with. And I think it's an unrealistic standard for evil. And I'm not saying no one is doing this, but I'm just speaking generally, right? Because this is, a Poppin session, right? It's unrealistic for us to pretend like we're going to agree with each other on everything, bro. If you agree with someone 51% of the time, 51% still equates to the majority of the time. So we can focus on building a rapport based on the majority, so that way when we do disagree, it's respectful. Because if we was on any of these other panels, I would have had to, man, fuck you, bitch ass nigga, you try to come up on my panel and did a nigga fuck you. It's like come on, bro. I told him what the issue was. Bro said, I ain't even mean to come off like that. As a matter of fact, I didn't know I came off like that. And now it's just water under the bridge. And then we move on as grown men. So it's, important and imperative to show that, hey, we can have, heated and or contentious conversations, but still learn and grow from it. You feel me?
Facts.
But I do want to move on because I didn't really want to make this, about this.
Right.
But I will dedicate a stream just to this, so we can kind of, delve into that. So I was just going to run through a series of, random questions that we can discuss. But Progress, if you want to just add anything and chime in, otherwise, we'll just go through yeah,
I appreciate you, Progress. Your conduct is dope, bro. You quiet and everything, you know what I'm saying? He said keep it rolling, bro. So let's go.
Got you. Yeah, I like progress, and then he actually made me he made me think about some things, and I always I try to give respect because the way I grew up, you know what I'm saying, it was more like the mentality of 100 watts, bro. It's it's not really about skin tone because none of our skin tone is black.
Right.
100 watts shirt is black, and you can see that literally his skin tone is not black. But what I'm
Right.
saying is we're always open. We've always accepted people. However, like Big Rick said, you can never really truly know the mind of what a mixed person has to deal with, where some people may tell them, bro, you just black like us, and other people say, no, actually
Right.
you're not really black. Then you have one of your particular sides say, hey, stay away from this side if you want to have
Right.
upward
Yeah,
mobility.
man.
Then you may
It's a fact.
yeah, you can presume and assume, but you don't really know what it's like. So I think it's imperative for us to make an inviting space where people could truly say what they feel. Now, you may not agree with the mixed people got to say, but you need them to be comfortable enough to say what they have to say,
That's a
not
fact.
kind of frigid, and then they're saying something just because they want to be appeasing and they want to get a invite to the cookout, so they don't really say their chest. Nah, bro, if you've experienced some hardships or traumatic experience, say that, bro, because we've all went through trauma, and trauma begets trauma. You know what I mean? It becomes
There's a lot of mixed
synergetic.
black activists, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you, Watts. I ain't on that hype, bro, in no type of way. There's mixed, you know what I'm saying, blacks, bro, and the Panthers and all kind of shit all through history, bro, that was doing dope shit for, you know what I'm saying, the black people. So I'm just saying that when it comes to, sometimes with the mix, they have a choice, and sometimes, it just depends on which way they want to go with it, bro. That's all I'm saying. And there's a dynamic with it when it comes with their family too, bro. You just never know, bro. Like what the family's like, you know what I'm saying? They may take, more likely to a certain side of the family, bro, just because they cool. And then, you know what I mean? It's just all kind of different things, bro. That's all I was just saying. But I would never just say, oh, just because you mixed or whatever, I'm gonna take that away from you, because I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. And I could be wrong, but I'm just saying, in society, bro, that's how they gonna look at you, dog. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Police see you or whatnot, and you driving or whatnot, and your skin color a certain way, and whatever, man, you getting the same treatment just like me, bro. Straight up. I'm on mute.
All right, cool. Yep, cool. And that was a perfect segue, so we can curve that. That was a nice little back and forth. Hey, I appreciate 100 watts coming in. Bro came in. Matter of fact, hey, 100 watts, I love you, bro. Love you, but I gotta hit you.
How please?
Nigga, please.
How?
Nigga, what?
Nigga. Nigga, please.
Nigga, please.
Love you, bro.
Nigga, please. I like that nigga, please, boy. I like that shit. Look, 100 watts is like, man, come on, man. This is a doozy.
Off top, I told y'all it will be a banger. But and I'm gonna start off with 100 watts, Mr. Opinionated. We gonna go with 100 opinions, right? But 100 watts. This is the question, and we're gonna go through a series of questions, so you feel me, let's give some tight responses, you feel me, we may go down a rabbit hole, and then we'll just try to bang out some questions, because I probably will be here for another 30 minutes depending on how the stream goes. But 100 watts, is being alpha a real thing, or is this just internet jargon?
I think it's a real thing. I just don't know if it's defined the way the internet defines it.
Do you have a running definition? So give me this. Do you have a precise definition of being alpha? And what are the flaws in the quote unquote internet definition you're saying juxtaposed to your definition? If you can give us that.
To be honest with you, I'm just trying to answer the question. I think being an alpha is one of those things that's like, it's understood and not explained type of deal. So do I have a running definition? No. The definition on the way that the internet explains it, it is predicated a lot on income level and female attention type.
Okay, so we're gonna revisit that. So progress. Let me know. Is being an alpha a real thing, or this just internet jargon?
I don't even know what being an alpha is, to be honest with you.
I mean, that's kind of real. 100 Watts didn't know what it mean because it kind of is a nebulous, vague term that no one knows. But this is what they claim that it means. So this is let me share this with the class, right? Alpha male is the dominant male animal in a particular group. So they mainly, this is usually like, they used to like mainly like describe wolves or like packs of lions and things like that. But people have used, talk about the animalistic nature of man. So it's basically a man tending to assume a dominant or domineering role in social or professional situations. That's what the vague definition of alpha male is. Now, do you think per this definition that this is like a real thing, or is this just internet jargon? Like, because I get what you're saying, Progress, because I now that you think about it, like, if you grew up with your father who was a respectable man, if you grew up with your uncles, the coaches, none of them were saying, I'm an alpha coach, right? Your dad wasn't saying, I'm your pappy and I'm alpha, right? So is this a real thing, or is this internet jargon? What you think, Progress?
I think that the Lord Jesus Christ, God Almighty, is the alpha.
So based on that answer, I think that you would say that it's, probably isn't a real thing. Like, we bowing down to the true alpha, which is the Most High. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes, sir.
Got you. I can't hold you with that answer. Hey, Big Rig, what you think? Is being an alpha a real thing, or just internet jargon? Are you Big Rig the alpha? Let me know.
No, I'm Big Rig, bro. And the thing is that whole alpha thing, I think it's all on how you carry yourself. I gotta agree with what Watt said, because when I used to hear this whole alpha thing, it kind of came from a manosphere kind of perspective, and that's what it was. It was money, women, and all this old kind of balderdash. Yeah, and there's a lot of those points, bro, that I just never took liking to. There were some things that I was like, okay, they own something, but there was a lot of things that I just didn't take liking to, bro. And that whole alpha thing, like, no, I would never. My dad was a very strong black man, bro. Like, he put on, like, he put others on, you know what I'm saying? So, like, but he ain't never ran, oh yeah, son, I'm an alpha and this and this, you know what I'm saying? Never, bro. Never. You know what I mean? Like, I've never heard nothing like that. But you'll hear it nowadays, right? I'm alpha, man. I'm whoopty whoop. Okay.
That's damn near all you hear, bro.
Yeah.
And shout out to Watts, bro. You see this, what I'm saying? This is why it was important for, for us to talk things out so that we don't crash out, so I can have this intelligent brother up here speak on it, right? Because the alpha thing is equivalent to the man of the house, right? If you was raised with a provider male who was the man of the house, there was never a moment where they said, and don't you forget, I'm the damn alpha. I'm the man of this house. It's like, huh? Like, the man of the house doesn't need to announce they're the man of the house. If the lion is the king of the jungle, the lion purports and carries itself as the king of the jungle. There's no sign and shirt saying, don't forget, I'm the king of the jungle here. It's like, no, bro. If you're an alpha, like, why would you truly have to say what you gonna get?
I'm an alpha. I used to think that shit was from colleges, bro. To be honest with you, I thought it was in dance crews and all that from colleges and shit, bro.
They have those fraternities.
Right.
Watch before I move on.
So let's change alpha, right? No man, most men don't walk around saying I'm an alpha. We can agree there. Let's change that with grown ass men. Most men do at some point. I'm a grown ass man. Who the fuck you talking to? I'm a grown ass man. You think I'm about to do that? I'm a grown ass man. Like, most men do that. So I think that grown ass man is interchangeable with alpha in terms of. So the same way that saying grown ass man applies in certain situations, alpha can be interchanged. Now, does it sound goofy? Yes. Does it sound like some red pill shit? Yes. But I think that phrasing can be interchanged in the same scenario.
yeah, I mean, I can't hold you. And shout out to Dr. Nelly Fuller because he said, words, and I'm paraphrasing, but words do matter. And, there are euphemisms. Things depend on context and circumstances as well. So, fair assessment to make. You know what I mean? But like I said, I still don't go around using that. And even in the I'm a grown ass man, which people will say that, like I said, but it depends on the context, who is around. But the alpha could be interchangeable, but the language, rather than say I'm a grown ass man, you may say, man, you're dealing with an alpha, you know what I mean? But basically it will be rhetorically the same, you know what I mean? Just a euphemistic sentence. But salute to TC. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I do just want to say that the reason I said that this is difficult is because I agree with y'all in the sense that most the men that probably would fall into the category of whatever definition is supposed to be don't walk around and try to present themselves as that. But especially when we were younger and we were growing up,
it doesn't mean that they aren't that, right? Just because they.
I got you. Because as we were growing up, the men that we decided to follow behind, the coaches that we decided to cling ourselves to, or the teachers that we decided to cling ourselves to, presented themselves in what is now considered an alpha way that we couldn't necessarily define, but it's something that we could see, understand, feel, and gravitate towards. So. That's why I said it's hard to define, but it's something that's easy to understand.
Yeah, got you. Bam. Big Rig, let me know. Is height, money, or status truly non-negotiable for modern dating success? And like you said, you hear a lot of modern dating, and it happens on the women as well. You feel me? He got to be 6 feet, 6-pack, 6 figures. You feel me? Have a beyond 6 inches down below, you know what I mean? Now, some of that stuff is just internet jargon, and some women are saying, no, this is truly non-negotiable. So based on your observation, is height, money, or status truly non-negotiable for modern dating success? And you can answer it multiple ways, because when people think about height, right, it goes both ways. I had a brother who said he would never marry an Asian chick because he said, man, I don't want my kids coming out extra short. So he was discriminating on women based on height. You usually don't hear it that way, but it does happen. And you only think about, well, men being discriminated on height. There are some other men that got money and they like, hey, but I'm not going to marry to a low-born chick that worked at Jamba Juice. You feel me? So could you speak to that, Big Rig? Is height, money, or status truly non-negotiable for modern dating success?
That's kind of rough, bro, because people have preferences, right? I just think that it gets a little ugly when it does come to like the money thing, which usually will kind of come more on the woman's part. And like I've always said before, when, back in the days when a lot of that relationship talk used to be, I always just didn't understand how we got past how growing up our parents worked together, bro, in the household. Like, they both worked. You know what I'm saying? And if they didn't, okay, that's fine. But 9 times out of 10, both of our parents worked, bro. It wasn't just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And if Pops wasn't putting in the work like he should have been, then Mom's is out of there. Hell no, dog. But nowadays, though, I gotta keep it 100, bro. And I can only say it because this is just what I see, bro. And could it be that internet jargon shit you talking? Yeah, it could be. But that's what they be doing on the net now, bro. That's how people act. You gotta have these certain type of, you know what I'm saying, criteria. And you know what I'm saying? And if you don't have it, we ain't getting down. You know what I'm saying? Just like when we talked about that thing the other day, bro, when it was something Hood Table said, right, when we had that live. And her question was, what do you bring to the table? Like, it's true, bro. People will be on the first date and kind of come at you with some shit like that, bro. I mean, you see it. It could be a joke, right? Because you see it on the net. But I'm just saying that's how they act, bro. And that's wild to me, man. So that's why with like those type of questions like that, it just be kind of funny, bro, to me, because everybody do have a preference, but I just think when it comes to the money thing and all that, I just think they just put a lot of tins on it. Like what Hunter Watts would say. What he say over? What was he saying?
Overcomplicated.
Yeah, overcomplicating that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm on mute.
Go ahead, Progress. What do you think? Is height, money, or status truly non-negotiable for modern dating success? And I know since you seem to be a man of faith, is a woman who's not of faith, would that be non-negotiable? Speak to it, Progress.
Okay, sir. That seems to be like two different questions. So the first one is coming from a woman's perspective, right, brother? And then the second one,
Yeah, however you want to answer it, from a woman's perspective or a man's perspective, you know what I mean? Because as a man, you have to deal with a woman's perspective. If a woman's perspective is she may not like dudes under 6 feet, but however, you can look at it and say, hey, I don't like a chick that's, under 5'5", you know what I mean? So basically the question is supposed to be broad intentionally, so you can answer the question however you choose. So is height, money, or status truly non-negotiable for modern dating success? However you choose best to answer it.
brother, I can't speak from a woman's perspective, but from a man's perspective, in my individual perspective, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and loyalty is key in a relationship, because as a man, you want to feel secure that that child is yours. You don't want to raise a child that isn't yours. I mean, would any man on this panel want to raise a child that isn't his because he let another man, or the woman, just whatever in the relationship, just let another man go up in her, and then you're kind of raising another man's child? I mean, I could speak biblically, but not every man is going to come from a biblical perspective. I mean, I just don't think any man on this panel would want another man to go up in his woman and then he have to raise another man's child. Am I wrong?
I can't say that you're wrong. So go ahead, honey. Wise, get in there. Is height, money, or status truly non-negotiable for modern dating success? And I know you gonna come. Give us a simplified answer, brother. And what you sipping on in that cup?
It's just sweet tea, brother. It's just sweet tea. That's it.
Okay, that's what I was like. Is that why? I was like, is bro an angry drunk? Bro,
no, sir. It's just sweet tea.
I'm joking with you. Salute to the brother. But go ahead, bro. Give us some game.
Look. Is money, height, or status truly non-negotiable for modern dating status? No. If those are the stipulations for you having a successful relationship, you're being manipulated.
Manipulated by who? The other party involved?
The
society,
other party.
The standards?
It's either, I'll even do it like this. Either you're being manipulated or you're doing the manipulating. So the example that you gave, he won't mess with a girl that's 5'3" because he don't want his kids coming out too short. Okay, what about a dude that won't mess with a chick that makes more than $50,000 a year because he needs to be able to have some financial control over her? Like, if these are the stipulations for your relationship to be successful, you're either being manipulated or you're manipulating somebody.
Well, some do say in the relationship, there's always someone that's pushing at the same time someone else is pulling. You know what I mean? So that could be one of those situations where, people don't realize it's a subconsciously being manipulated, or it could be a mutual manipulation.
There's a difference between manipulating somebody and working with somebody. There's a difference between me having a partner and us being able to slide in and out of roles, for me to give parts of myself in order for her to be able to give parts of herself. There's a difference between working with someone and manipulating someone. It's a big fucking, I don't even think it's a thin line between the two. I think it is a wide, bold underline between manipulating somebody and working with somebody. But that's just my personal thought.
All right, so before we go on, could you respond to Sincere Saidis? She said dating and courting are two different things. One is very thoughtful and the other is very selfish. Do you concur with that statement? Honey Watts? Are you still there, bruh? I mean, could any of y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
Oh, okay, cool. I guess bro can't hear me, so I'll go.
My fault. Yeah, that was my fault. My headphones went out. That was my fault.
Oh, so could you hear me now?
I can hear you now. My headphones went out for a second. That was my bad.
Okay, cool. I was just gonna move on to the next question, but I want to ask you: do you concur with the statement that dating and courting are two different things? One is very thoughtful and the other is very selfish. Yeah. In terms of courting, I mean, I do believe that there's some thought involved because with courting, typically, ideally, but no one truly knows what courting means any word because it's pretty much of an antiquated term. You know, I mean, not in practice. I'm just saying, like, you know, where it originates from. But
I agree with the statement she's making. I do agree with the statement she's making. I think that
but you had a little befuddled look on the face, so you had more to say. Go ahead, honey.
No. Just processing. I was just processing the statement. Like, do I agree with it? Do I disagree with it? I was just processing it, but I understand. Like, I agree with the statement she's making because I think that what she's saying is like dating someone and courting someone is intentionally two different things. Like, correct. Just messing around and having fun with somebody is one thing, but being involved with someone with the intentions of building a life with this person, those are two totally different things. Completely different things. I can agree with that. Yeah,
especially when you're looking for like a long-term future. This person could be wifey. This person could be the mother of my kids. Or if you guys already have kids, we can live this life versus dating. You know, you're really like, cool, I'm trying to take her to Benihana's, or you feel me? You know, chicken wings and fries. We don't go on dates because I'm just trying to smash, right? That would be very selfish, right? Because I'm just trying to get a baddie that I could swoop up and smash. So, you know, that is about me getting my willy wet more so than, you know, trying to, you know, look for my better half. So we concur with that statement, Sincere. Oh, yeah, but it looks like he was back. He was having technical difficulties, but bro is back. So I'm going to hit y'all with another one. Big Rig. Aging as a man. How do you accept getting older without losing your edge?
Damn.
Y'all on the spot.
So you said as an aging man, what was it again?
How do you accept getting older without losing the edge? So let me just accept it like this, right? Let me just paint a vivid picture, right? Some people, you know, they were the high school jock, right? They were varsity starting, you know, middle linebacker and stuff. And then as you age, you know, you may not be able to jump as high, run as fast and stuff. But still, as a man, you can't just sit there and feel sorry for yourself. You still need to maintain that certain level of edge so that you can still perform as a man to self-defend yourself, perform in the bedroom or with these lovely ladies that you may be entangled with, right? How do you accept that, yeah, bruh, like I'm getting older, you feel me? You know, but I'm getting better because some people get in the best shape of their life as they get older, right? So how do you accept getting older but don't lose your edge?
Well, the thing is how you brought up, you know, you being, you know, younger, whatever, being the jock or whatever, the popularity you may have had younger, and then as you get older, you know, things change, right? I mean, for me, yeah, I could definitely agree with that, but and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I swear I'm not. But you know, I'm still kind of on even now, bro. You know what I mean? Like people still, you know, they be rocking. You know, but even my past or whatever, like I'm still like kind of the same, and it's not like I have a what should I say, like a midlife crisis. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I present myself. I mean, I've already told y'all my age and shit. I still wear gold chains. I still wear retro J's and shit. You know what I'm saying? 15s in my car. You know what I mean? I'm still on that, but it's not something that I'm doing because I'm trying to prove something, bro. It's just me. You know what I'm saying?
You're
That's
not
just how
trying to
I
stay
am.
hip with the Joneses,
I'm
right?
not trying to do none of that, bro. And then I used to be the type, right, when I was younger, and I would see like older dudes, but you could tell the difference, right? You would see the older dudes that seem like they try to act like they want to be with all the young crowd and everything, but they just wasn't doing it right. You know what I'm saying? They'd have on a fit with like some feelers or something, and feelers ain't even in. You know what I you know what I'm saying? But they was trying to just be the one. You know what I mean? And I don't be on that type of time, bro. Like I'm not trying to be like these youngsters, bro, in no type of way. So when it comes to that, I mean, it kind of is what it is. But also, I mean, as you get older, bro, your body gonna let you know, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your body gonna let you know. You ain't gonna be getting out the bed the same like you always used to. You know what I'm saying? It may take you a second. You know what I'm talking about? So like it's different, and you gotta pay attention to that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go ahead and make some changes, and you gotta make them changes though for yourself, bro. It ain't really just for other people, but it's gotta be for yourself, bro. And you know what I'm saying? And make sure you right. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody gonna make sure you right except for yourself, bro.
You
For
know what
real.
they say, the number one rule in life, or I say the number one rule for survival? Self-preservation. And
Facts.
in order for you to make sure your son is okay, you have to be okay so you can be here to take care of your son.
That's a
That's why, I mean,
fact.
if a plane is about to crash, they say put the gas mask on you first. They don't say go look at your son and put the mask on him. They don't say, oh, look at your beautiful wife. They say put the mask on yourself first, because you need enough oxygen and energy so that you can be able to save the day, whether it be your son or anyone else. But it starts with saving you. But go ahead, Progress. Let us know. Aging as a man, how do you accept getting older without losing edge?
That's a complicated question, brother, but I guess I'll start
That's
it
what
off
we
with
here for. Sorry, Watts. We here to complicate the people. I'm sorry, brother. Love you, Watts, but nigga, we complicating things tonight.
yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, Progress.
I'll start off with saying, does anybody remember an artist by the name of Aaliyah?
Of course, a legend.
Do you remember her song "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number"?
Yep, I do. R. Kelly's favorite song.
Aye, aye, aye.
Okay, well, mine is the R. Kelly, but you know,
Had to do
you
it. My
know,
bad. You got it, bro.
age ain't nothing but a number. I mean, everybody ages differently, so you can't really um, say like, well, when are you going to lose your edge exactly? Because every
Hey, I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna let you cook, Progress, but I might try to pull the video up. I seen this black dude, bro, was like, bro, like 65 or something. Bruh, the dude was way stronger than me. He was just doing like pull-ups, bro, pulling himself up on the bar, doing all sorts of gymnastic moves. I'm like, damn, bro, I wasn't even doing that when I was 18. Bro was like 65. I seen this other 81-year-old dude, bro, was throwing up like 350 or something. So it's like, yeah, I get what you're saying, right? So there is no kind of universal one size fits all, but it's just a conversation for us to cook. And salute to the hood table, the corn husker herself. But go ahead, Progress. My
Oh,
bad,
HT done
bro.
dropped in. Shout out to HT.
Go ahead, Progress. My bad. You got it, bro.
me personally, um, at my age, I feel like that it's been put on my spirit to take what I've learned and educate those that may not have the same level of education as me. So I'm gonna do that. And if I lose my edge during the process and I get somebody that doesn't like what I'm saying, it takes me out because I lost my edge, then it's just time for me to go. You feel me?
Hey, I hear you. I always say if you ain't prepared to die, then you haven't lived enough. Go ahead, watch, speak on it. Aging as a man, how do you accept getting older without losing edge? Give us the simplest answer that you could. No, I'm just joking. Go ahead and cook. You got the floor.
No, I think the greatest analogy that I have for the question you asking is watching my dad play basketball. When I was a kid, I used to watch him play basketball with his friend, like, because he was in the Army. So all the time, they used to go to the gym on base and just go play basketball. I'm talking about for hours, right? And when my dad used to play, he used to play either the point guard or the two guard position. He used to like moving the ball up the floor. That's how my dad used to play. And during COVID, well, right after COVID, I moved in with my dad because he was kind of by himself. So I moved in with Pops, provide him some company. And we used to go play basketball together. And it was interesting because watching him play, the only thing he would ever do is inbound the ball. He would go to mid-court, and he would go back to the basket and just wait for somebody to pass him the ball. And if you pass him the ball, that motherfucker going to do 2-3 good moves, turn around, lean back, and pull up. What I've come to understand as getting older is when he was younger, he could move around. He could do all that running and all of that. But he developed a skill at that mid-range for him to still be effective and not have to do all of that running around.
To prolong his career, right?
The moral of the story is you're going to get older. It's going to happen. As long as you can develop some skills along the way to make sure you don't become obsolete, you will never lose your edge. Simple answer.
That was a simple, not so simple, but I like how you tied it and brought it home with the anecdote, because that was a great anecdote, right? Because it's just like with Jordan, right? Remember, Jordan wasn't the high flyer that he used to, so he had to develop other things. Even Kobe as well, salute to Kobe Bean, right? Kobe could still get up there, right? But he made he start working more on his footwork, pump fakes and all sorts of stuff, so that he didn't have to be this athletic high flyer and he could still maintain his edge, right? So there are ways that you can do, right? Things, you can look at the climate, right? Like if you're taking care of your body, it doesn't matter what age you are, bro. If you're taking care of your body, you're still going to be, an attractive figure to the opposite sex, which you're trying to be, right? And you're
That's a fact.
able to perform, when you're engaging with the opposite sex, right? You don't need to be like, man, I used to be able to dunk in high school. You don't, like, nobody is coming to see you dunk, right? So yeah, if you're hitting it now, if you look at the NBA, most people are shooting threes. So now you don't even need to dunk. You can be like 100 Watts' dad, and yeah, you used to be above the rim, and now you below the rim hitting threes.
Man, I'd rather you hit that three than do that dunk, because that three gonna be three, that dunk gonna be two.
That's what I'm saying. So that shows that you ain't losing your edge. You still out there dunking, and I'm just posted at the 3-point line, banging and getting the
Hell yeah.
every time. So I'm not losing my edge. I'm gaining a point. I'm up one on you. I'm just saying. And shout out to the hood table. Like I said, you feel me? The 100 Watts, bro was coming from my helmet. Bro came, you feel me, with extra spicy, but then he sipped his tea, and now bro been cooking. I'm like, is this 100 Watts or what? Who is bro? But no, I appreciate it, and it's all love, bro. I didn't take, offense to it at all, bro. Like I said, bro, we from the slums, you feel me? So you know what I mean? Ain't
I will
nothing we
say,
never seen or heard before.
I will say sometimes
Go
I
ahead,
do.
100 Watts before I move on.
I just want to acknowledge sometimes I do. I am working on how I present, because especially in comfortable spaces like here with you, B, over with Riggs, there's a couple of places that whenever
this
you know what I'm saying,
always a
it's
safe
comfortable.
space,
This
just
is
so you
people's, you know what I'm saying. So I could act out a little bit, you know what I'm saying. If I didn't know y'all like that, then I would have.
And that's
came
cool.
in
Like,
tight, you feel me?
honestly,
So-
the next panel, if the next panel I have, if you want to come in spicy just like you did the last time, it will be cool. We'll clown and talk about it, and then we'll still be talking like this. So it's like, you feel me? I'm not one of the ones to kind of drag stuff out. Like, come on, because like, bro, like I said, I grew up in the era where, bro, we was playing open checks and slap boxing people, bro. So it's like, if I can deal with slap boxing, I can deal with, you feel me? You know what I mean? But like I said, it really wasn't even like that. I was just saying how it could be potentially come off. So you all good, bro. The rest of this stuff is just like kind of joking.
I just wanted to put it on record just in case, you know, at some point in my life when people start clipping this shit up, I'm gonna make sure I'll be able to tell you niggas. You're a
stand-up guy, and that's,
you didn't watch the whole goddamn live, you sorry motherfucker. Okay, watch the whole live. That's all.
Okay, so hold on, man. Matter of fact, here, let me hit y'all like this because we kind of really building on this discussion. So the discussion, situationships, are men getting played or are they enjoying the benefits without commitment? Go ahead, honey. Watch you. It's straight back on you.
I think
men getting played in these situations, or are they just allowed to enjoy benefits without commitment?
I think that men that are in situationships are enjoying the fact that they on bullshit and they don't want to have to change. That's what I think when it comes to men.
Yeah, and since we're men, let's speak from a man perspective. When you say that they're on bullshit, could you elaborate what type of bullshit you perceive them to be on?
So the question that was asked earlier, the difference between dating and courting. A situationship is a step below dating. So you're not even willing to take her serious enough to.
A situationship is pretty much like a booty call,
a sneaky link, like a sneaky link. Yeah,
link,
like
right?
some
freaky link.
Yeah, bro, he over here cooking, man. He cooking.
Let bro,
yeah,
cook. Bro got the apron on. Go ahead, honey.
Like if you were in a situationship, you're a step below a relationship, which is already, as we acknowledge, not courting. So once you acknowledge that you're in a situationship, you've acknowledged that you're dealing with a woman that is broken enough to accept that shit. So that means that because you've accepted a woman that is broken enough to accept that, you have no need, intentions, or push to get better, to become more honest, to become more loyal, to become more. You don't have any need to become more anything because she's going to accept exactly where you are. So any man that's in a relationship is enjoying the benefits of being a fuck nigga, to say it ratchetly.
So if you believe they're enjoying the benefits, I would assume you don't believe that the men are getting played. So would you believe that the men are getting played or they're doing the playing? Or because you talked about the manipulating, right? It's usually, you know, someone is either manipulating or being manipulated, right? So in this situation, someone is doing the playing and someone is being played. Do you think these men who are enjoying these benefits without commitment, are they the players, or are they being played in their own right, or are they playing themselves?
See, here's my thing. And I think it's more playing themselves. Because I think some dudes get off on being able to have something to be mad at a woman about. Like, you knew she was with you because you were spending money, and then you got mad at her because she was only with you because she was spending money. Like, you're playing yourself right now.
Yeah, no, I say the same thing with cats when they be saying, "Oh, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks," and they talk about these OnlyFans chicks, and then I look and I'm like, bro, literally all the chicks you're following is OnlyFans chicks. There's plenty of respectable soccer moms and stuff you can follow, but you don't want to follow them. You're following OnlyFans chicks and saying, "Oh, these bitches is hoes." It's like because all you follow is hoes, so that's. You see hoes every day, so you think every woman, there's no virtuous woman out there. But it's like, bruh, your algorithm is feeding you what you want to see. You become inundated with all these BBL twerk videos, and then you trying to say, all chicks act like that. No, all the chicks you follow act like that. Big Rig, get in there, bro. Are men getting played with these situationships, or are they just enjoying benefits without commitment?
They're enjoying the benefits, bro, without commitment, bro. That's all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit.
Do you believe they're getting played? Are they playing themselves, or what?
Well, it depends on where their mind state is at, though. I gotta kind of agree with Watts again on what he was saying, bro. He was cooking, so it depends on kind of where your mind state is with the shit. Because if it ain't a relationship and it's a situationship, bro, that can go so many different ways, bro. and you can be playing yourself or getting played. You know what I'm saying? Because both of y'all can be on a whole different ball game with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's a situation shit, bro. So ain't nobody got to take anything serious. Me and HT talk about this type of shit because it's real, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what they say now? B, they say if you ain't married, bro, because if you sign something or fill out
Yeah,
something
yeah,
and it
they
asks
said
you,
being
you put
married is
single,
still
or,
slavery.
you know what I mean? Yeah, come on, dog. Now, I don't believe in that shit. Fuck all that. I'm sorry I'm cussing on your stuff like that, bro, but if we
No,
together, bro, and we doing our thing, and you want to be like, oh, well, we ain't married, so, you know, it's like, no, we ain't doing that.
no,
We ain't doing that
I
because
most
we in a
most
relationship. We
definitely
got love
don't.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like if you start talking like that, then we done with. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, no, I think it has to be clear because I had a dude, he kind of crashed out on a chick because he was, he thought he was courting, but in her mind, well, you didn't put a ring on it, we're not married, so she
Right,
was being courted by others. And he was like, well,
other
I didn't
man.
gave up all my bitches just to court you, and then meanwhile,
Right,
and then she told him, well, I thought you knew this how we done it, like, because I don't know. Things have changed, bro. Like you said, Big Rig, you don't try to be on like no manosphere stuff, but like the dating climate has changed. I call the manosphere the coonosphere. You feel me? Because a lot of the clownosphere, with all of the red pill retards and stuff. And even if someone says something good, even a dead clock is right twice a day, right? But
God dog.
there is some toxic proclivities from both sides, you feel me? And you got to just be nuanced and calling it out. But the situationships, based on what y'all saying, I would lean towards, yeah, the men are playing themselves, but it's a lot of playing going on. They may be getting played in the situationship because there's a lot of dudes getting played. They may also be doing the playing, and ultimately, whether they're getting played and or doing the playing, they're still playing themselves because you're wasting your
Facts.
time. You're wasting
Fact. Bingo.
because a lot of these
Time
dudes have
keeps on
kids,
slipping,
right?
slipping.
Yeah, like imagine you have an opportunity to bond with your son, but instead you're over here playing with some OnlyFans
This
chick, you
silly
feel
ass
me?
hutch. You know what I'm talking about? Hell yeah.
Who you don't truly value because you see, man, she's just a slut. But it's like, bro, you spent 4 hours with that slut, and then you see you spend an hour with your son and sent him into the room to play video games. So you're
Right.
spending more time with this broke ass chick than your own kids.
Right.
I'm just saying there's
Jump in
nothing
there,
masculine
progress.
about that. Go ahead, progress. Are men getting played with these situationships and are they enjoying the benefits without commitment? And I know you're a man of faith, so obviously just speak on what you've observed. This don't have to be your own particular situation.
Hey, you guys have free will. You can do what it is you want to do. Okay. And I don't have any issues with it. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I do. But for me, just speaking for me personally, I think that a real man would understand that men ultimately have the power, and anybody out there would realize that this is true. Now, with that being said, I think it's beneficial as men that know that we have the power to give the power to our females, to empower them, to make them feel like the boss. Because in the long run, I think that'll be beneficial for the relationship and the family aspect. So I'm about family, and I'm about making the family work by any means necessary. And if that means that as a man with the power, I have to make the female feel like that she has the power, then that's what I'm gonna do. You feel me?
So you're happy wife, happy life.
Basically.
I'm on mute.
Honey Watts, come on, Honey Watts, stop. Honey Watts, stop with the faces and get in there, bro.
Look, I'm trying to. Okay, so I'm processing what he's saying because there's a duality to what he's saying. So look, the complexities, right? There's a duality to what he's saying. I understand why you would do that, right? I didn't get it from the Bible. It probably came from 48 Laws of Power or something like that I read. Why I can understand why you would do that. At the same time, I'm still trying to understand why you would give that power away, knowing the importance of that power. Like I hear what you're saying. It's cool and all, but that to me just sounds like such a slippery slope of just allowing.
Hold on, Honey Watts. What in that scenario would he be giving away power, or would he be gaining power in a different sense, right? Because if he said he's about family and he's strengthening his family and making his family more powerful, is there a way that he's gaining?
Okay, I understand. See, and this is what I'm saying. I understand what he's saying. It's just in my brain, what I see from what he's saying is a lot of men that make themselves small to make their home feel better. So that happy wife, happy life thing, that's a real thing where men just shrink and they don't do nothing in their house. They don't punish the kids. They don't talk back to the wife. Nothing. These men are just
I ain't on that time.
And that's the part that I'm pushing back against, right? So that's the only part that I'm pushing back against. I understand what he's saying because when it comes to dealing with the woman, there's so many emotions that are involved that sometimes it is more beneficial to just give her a fucking bone and just let her feel like she got one. So that way you can still get what you need from her. So I understand what he's saying. It just, I feel like that creates such a habit that takes away from the power you were given based on the thought process that he presented.
I respect that. Big Rig, you had a final thought before I move on?
No, you can go ahead and keep it rolling.
Okay, bam. We gonna hit y'all like this. And shout out to the Hood Table, because the Hood Table was talking about happy wife, happy life. And I know they say happy spouse, stable house. So, you know, I mean,
I ain't on that. I ain't on that.
What?
Well, like when it comes to the happy wife and happy life shit, I understand where that comes from. You know what I mean? But I'm more like we both together with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we could talk this shit. You know what I'm saying? And see what's going on. You know what I mean? I ain't just got to go your way. I'm not gonna just try to push you to go my way. You know what I'm saying? If we, like he said, some family shit, bro, we gonna do what's best for the family, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I look at it. But I think like when you just say happy wife, happy life, it's almost like you submitting already, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not on that type of time. But I'm on mute, though.
You sound like you've been listening to too much Red Pill. And go ahead and Progress, I'm gonna let you respond. But the Hood Table says, I see him saying I'm the man of the house, but we running this ish together, and each other falls in line, respecting each other and lifting each other up to run the family strongly. So this is what the Hood Table
that's kind of what I'm saying. I agree.
Yeah. But she said this is what she interpreted that Progress was saying. So Progress, go ahead and
oh, okay. Well, shit. Yeah, I didn't process it like that. Go ahead. I'm on mute.
Well, Hood Table heard happy wife, happy life, and she was gold.
Yeah, she went on after that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Progress. You got it.
Okay, what I'm hearing you brothers say that oppose me is that you sound like that I'm a simp and that you want the Muslim aspect Sharia law where you want the women in burqas where they cover and they
absolutely not. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's why I said I'm more of a, if we're gonna be on some family shit, we're gonna come together, man, and talk this out. You know, we together as a unit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you gotta just automatically fall into what I'm saying, or I'm gonna just automatically fall into what you saying. We gonna talk this shit out and see what's the best way to come about this thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Hey, what I say is what it is, and I'm not calling nobody simps or nothing. You know, everybody's household is what it is. I'm just saying when it comes to me, you know what I mean? But go ahead though. I didn't mean to shortstop you.
Yeah, no, I think that was pretty much it. Unless you had to add something else, Progress.
Okay, well, maybe I'm thinking that you trying to find like a happy medium to where what I'm saying in between Sharia law. I don't know, but I just feel that as men, we do have the power, and I'm recognizing that. And at any moment, just like that, we could take the power. But to empower your woman as a man, I mean, that's gonna get the respect of your woman, and she already knows you have the power as the man. But as long as you gonna be a benevolent leader, she gonna respect that, and you making her feel powerful because you the head of the household, but you allowing her to feel powerful at the same time. That's what's gonna allow the family to blossom, and that's just my opinion. And I think that that's what the overwhelming majority, and maybe not every situation, because I already know there's always going to be the anomaly and the exception to the rule. Either way, it can go this way or that way. But as far as the majority and in the middle, I think that that's what's going to allow the family life to exist. And as long as you stay loyal to your family, then you're going to prosper. And you know, as a man in yourself, and you can stay secure in yourself, that you know ultimately that you have the power, but you giving it to your woman, and she sees that you're giving it to her, but at the same time, you know you're not going to allow anybody to break into your home, and if they do, you're going to handle that business. Then I think that that's the way to go. So I'm not talking about being some cleanup man simp where you was scary and, you know, you can't handle your business as a man. That's not what I'm talking about. So anyways, that's all I got to say on that.
No, I got you. So let's just go ahead and move on. But no, I respect that exchange and discourse. And like I said, I think Honey Watts and Big Rigs is just saying like, hey, this is how we view it. This is our household. And yeah, I don't think anyone should be trying to police, you know, the way people run their households, as long as they are, trying to have a very
Everybody's household is different, bro. There's different dynamics in everybody's household, bro. And I chop it up on this type of shit all the time, bro, with HT. Like that's what we put out there, because that's why we have these type of discussions, bro, because everybody do things different. There is no right or wrong answer to this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just conversation, man, and just how, you know, motherfuckers be moving. That's all. I'm on mute.
Yep. So, Big Rig, you're on mute now, but I need you to come off mute and answer this.
I'm off. What's going on?
Does moving back home in your 20s, 30s, or even older now, does that signal failure or a smart strategy in today's economy?
Well, again, that depends too, bro. I think it would be a smart move, like, you know what I'm saying? Say you are not doing so well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, I'm a parent. If my kid wasn't doing well or whatnot, they moved out the house or whatnot, they need to, you know, get back on their feet. Hey, that's a beautiful thing. But also, like what Watt said, you know, sometimes we have parents, Bo, and maybe their spouse isn't there no more. You know what I'm saying? And then they by themselves. I know I was like that with my pops. You know what I'm saying? I was there with him, and you know, until he left. You feel me? So, you know, you spend that time with, you know what I'm saying, your peoples, bro. So there's all kind of different dynamics when it comes to that too. So I wouldn't call it a failure or anything like that. Now, if you just out there just doing some old dog ass shit though, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like you work and whatnot, but you just spend your money on clothes and just stupid things, bro, and you ain't really responsible. And then now you like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, mom, pops, whatever, can I come back so I can, you know, get my stuff together, whoopie whoop. You know, that ends up being a little issue and a problem, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got to be a little bit more accountable on what you're doing, bro, and how you living and your spending. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see that.
And Watts, what you got? Does moving back home at your 20s, or let's just say an advanced age, signal failure or smart strategy in today's economy? Like, is there a cutoff? Like, you can move back home if you in your 20s and 30s, but as soon as you turn 40, you can move at 39, but as soon as you turn 40, is there a cutoff, or does any of this stuff matter? And does it signal failure, smart strategy? What you thinking?
I think the simpler answer is it's a case by case basis. I don't think that there is I don't want to put an age limit on it. Because again, like just like we were talking about with relationships, everybody's home is so different. Like, imagine you spend 30 years of your life building a company, and then at the age of 50 something, COVID hit and you lost everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
and it's funny that you said that, because that actually happened to somebody I knew that was in their 40s, and mind you, one of them was a lawyer and one of them was a doctor, so they were well off and had money, but then they were wondering, like, what are we gonna do? And then their parents were of advanced age, and their parents was like, hey, just move back in with us because we actually need the help and stuff. So it was a smart strategy, but sometimes people is like, okay, I flew the nest, right? So I don't want to go back and move with the parents. So it is the
That's an
balance
ego thing,
of,
bro. That's an ego thing, bro.
no,
I
and
was
that's what I
just
was
about
about
to
to
say
lead
that.
to, because that's why it says, does it signal failure? Because projecting, because people like to project things on social media, and I'm gonna give it right back to you, Watts. So in the social media sphere, me, you, or Watts, it will be a failure for you to go back. Oh, you live with your mama? And this is what I really want to ask too. Is there a difference between living with your parents and your parents living with you? Right? Because sometimes your parents are old and you don't want to send them in the house, and they're like, bro, just come by the house. We got a 4-bedroom, 5-bed. So go ahead, Watts, go ahead.
This is what I'll say to your question. I think the only time that it's a failure is if you try and act like it didn't happen. Don't be 35 in your mama house trying to act like you own some shit. That's the only time that in my opinion, that's I would probably say that's the only time that it's a failure. Because like in especially in this economy that we live in now, just like in real life, we all hit hard times. And if you're smart, if your family is set up in a way, you would get ahead of it before it gets too bad. If you play it the right way. So before you even get evicted, let me go ahead and just, I don't know, end the lease, finish out the lease. I don't know. But just there are way too many situations where this could be a smart decision versus just eating your pride and just saying, I'm not gonna call my mama because I'm a grown ass man. It's goofy.
No, I hear what you're saying. That pride, that one could be a doozy as well, man. Like you said, I'm a grown man. I'm an alpha, man. I'm gonna get it out the mud. It's like, bro, you're unnecessarily struggling. Your mom would love to have you. Your mom needs stuff to be fixed around the house. And instead, you over here slumming and bumming and making your life worse. Your health is deteriorating, and you ain't seeing your mama. All because you can't suck it up and apologize. Or you can't just say that you need help. And then you wait till you get rock bottom, and then you turn around and say, I need help. But now it's been months of deterioration, mentally, physically, emotionally. I'm just saying, and go ahead, Progress. Does moving back home in your 20s or 30s signal failure or a smart strategy in today's economy?
I'm about to cook here, brother. Let me cook, okay?
Yeah, you got it. Go ahead, bro.
I'm about to cook up right here. You just served me up a fastball, and hold up. Let me bat left-handed because I'm about to be Ken Griffey Jr. right here in his prime Mariners. I'm about to knock this out the park, grand slam. Hold up, let me cook. All right. So first of all, talking about moving back home in your 20s and 30s, you failure, this, that, and the third, whatever. Because family is family. And okay, bear with me, all right? Let me cook. Now, depending on what family you come from, this is a question for many different levels. And I've already talked about like reparations. Like we're owed reparations here as FBA in America. So the money is like it's in reserve right now for many of us. So it's like this question is it's got many different layers for many of us here in America right now. Okay. And yeah, we could talk about all that and the many different layers of it, um but as far as the failure 20s, 30s, and 40s, right? Like family is big. Like the generational wealth passed down. There's people right now that okay, like right out of high school, they're given like properties. Okay, like they didn't even do nothing. Like they go to high school and they got money and they're teachers and everything. They know their parents and whatever, and they just have it easy through school. You know, they can get the grades good. They don't really have to work hard. They just laugh it up, muck it up, and then right out of high school, you know, their father gives them properties. They got money coming in. They get themselves a house in the hills and everything, you know. So it's like this isn't the same question for everybody, you know. And so just me personally, like my father, you know, to me, I view him as a king. You know, my father was, you know, in the military, a high ranking officer, you know, and he's FBA. And I have a long line of history of military family in this country. And I look at my father as a king, you know, and maybe not everybody views him that way in America. But he went to war for this country. He got shot more times than 50 Cent. That's why I call my father the whole dollar. And he's provided a lot for me. So, you know, but not everybody's in my same position. And other people have had fathers that have been able to provide them with even more than my father's been able to provide me. So this question is like, it's got many different layers to it, and everybody's on their own different individual layer. But me, I live a good life, and I could just sit back and I could just chill off whatever it is that I'm going through. But I'm here on social media because I have to speak the truth. And that's why I know that FBA here, and if you've got that bloodline, you're owed reparations. And that's why I talk about, if anybody has seen anything on my channel, I know you talk about it, sir, but it's important, you know. And so this question has many different layers to it, and it just depends on what family you come from and where you're at, and this, that, and the third. But everybody's got to be able to understand where they come from and deal with it on their level. And I know for our people in general, you know, many of us are bugged out, and they don't have fathers like my father. And I don't know what any of you, where your backgrounds have come from, because I don't know you personally. But, you know, for us and our people, we need education, and we need re-education. And it's unfortunate that a lot of us don't listen to brothers like you, and they should be tuning in and listening, because killing each other in Chicago and St. Louis and all these other bugged out cities that have these high death rates amongst our people is ridiculous. And this moving back in 2030, whatever, you know, we're so far beyond that we need to be re-educated. As if you're us in America, I'm not talking about tethers or whatnot, but us, and we're so far behind, and we're behind the 8 ball, that this question, right, really is just depending on where you're born in life, really. And so I'm just speaking just specifically about our people in general, You know, whatever shade you are, if you have the bloodline, is that we need to understand that a lot of stuff that's been happening to us is systematic. And we have a lot of immigrants that are going to vote against reparations specifically, and we don't even understand that we have immigrants coming in this country voting against us. That where what we need these funds is to get back on track so that we can be successful. And I'll just go ahead and just leave it there because I think that you hear me knocking, and I think I'm coming in.
All right, I got you. So I'm about to get ready to shut it down. So I'm gonna run through 2 more questions, and then we're gonna be up out of here. But yeah, I'm loving, the discussion. And then when I got, I'll be back tomorrow. So I'm gonna go live again tomorrow, right? So y'all all welcome to the panel. And Honey Watts, I ain't seen you in a minute, but I'm glad you popped up today, bro. Salute to you. And I know, Honey Watts, you on the East Coast or down south, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Texas.
Oh, damn, you in Texas? I got a lot of fam in Texas. You in H-Town or DH Dub or what?
Yeah, all that Dallas shit. Right up in
Okay,
there.
I'm gonna have to pull up out there. Shout out my boy Cloud, because he from New York, but he out there in Austin. How far is that from Austin? Like 5 hours or what?
If that. If that.
Oh, it's less? Okay, got you. Okay, cool. I might have to pull up on 100 Watts, nigga. I'll pull up on you, 100 Watts. You feel me? We'll have to
Yeah, it ain't nothing for a Cali nigga to drive 4 or 5 hours, bro, for real.
That's what I'm saying. I'll pull up out there. You feel me? You just gotta tell me all the cool spots to go to. My boy be going to.
Hey, brother. Hey, look. Hey, I'm gonna say this right now. If you ever hitting 100 Watts talking about let me find the cool spots, you hit the wrong one. The only cool spots I know is work and home, nigga. Those are the only 2 cool spots I know.
Hey, at least give me a good restaurant.
Hey, I respect that though, 100 Watts, for real. I respect that.
I could probably find that for you. We could probably find that. But like on some, hey, I'm trying to go and get lit. No. I'm not the one.
I respect it. You a responsible father. I can't be mad at that, bro. But let's hit this right here. How do you know when to walk away from a relationship versus fight for it? Now, these try to tighten up the answers just because I do kind of got to get up out of here, but I'll make sure everybody get to say they spiel. But go ahead, Big Rig. How do you know when to walk away from a relationship versus fight for it?
Because usually you already done did a little bit of fighting for it, bro. And when there's nothing to come out of it, you gotta go. You gotta walk away, man. There's nothing else really to do, because if y'all can't meet together with the same mindset or whatnot, it's just gonna be chaos all the time, bro. And sometimes people say, well, stay for the kids, man, stay for the kids. I'm going to tell you like this, man. No, I don't think it's good to stay for the kids, because if you stay for the kids and you guys is always arguing and having all this type of, negative shit going on, the kids are seeing that, bro. And that's not a good environment for them. You know what I'm saying? Now people say, well, you being out of the house ain't a good environment. Well, you can probably have a point there. But I've seen, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been through it, you know what I'm saying? And my parents was divorced. Yeah, it sucks. But I also know that, you know what I'm saying, when I was with, either one of the parents, they was cool, bro. When they was together, they was cool. But when they was like, actually in the same house together and everything, trying to make things work, it wasn't cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, that's when you know when to walk away, man. Because usually, if you really into somebody, man, and you got a lot of love for them or whatever, you're going to fight for it, bro. I always say this all the time. Relationships is work every day, bro. Every day is not going to just be roses and shit. It's not. So, you know what I'm saying? But now at the same time, though, if y'all can't come together, bro, and it just ain't working and it ain't clicking, you got to do it, bro. You got to do it moving, bro. I'm on mute.
Go ahead, Progress. Give us a concise answer. How do you know when to walk away from a relationship versus fight for it?
I know exactly how to fight for a relationship and when to walk away for it, because I know if you're my people, you're going to say I'm your twin. And just like I was talking about, these ridiculous people out here, saying they mulatto, but they got FBA blood, but this mulatto term is Latin, you already siding with them. I already know to walk away with that. But you got FBA blood, your mind is already with them. I know to walk away from you the instant you already said that you mulatto. So, you know, any relationship, you should see the mind frame of somebody. If they're your twin, then you in it to win. But if there's something different than that, you should already know and see you need to walk away from it because it's not going to benefit you. You already know that it's going to hurt you in the long run. You feel me?
All right, I'm gonna have to. That might be some merch. If they your twin, you in it to win. Go ahead, 100 Watts. How do you know when to walk away from a relationship versus fighting for it?
When you make the decision to. It's not because before I truly believe that before you make the decision, it's a whole lot of somebody trying to convince you to, or you wondering if you should, or going back and forth and all of that. Like, sure, like, yeah, fight for it and all of that good stuff. I'm telling you, once you make that decision that it's time to go, it's time to go. That's simply it. All of that fighting, because if you're going to fight, you're not thinking about leaving. If you're going to work it out, you're not thinking about leaving. But once you make the decision that you're leaving, it's time to go.
Do you think that's selfish to leave? Because these are some of the most signs that indicate it's time to leave: abusive behavior, unmet needs, cheating, toxic patterns, lack of trust. Do you think it's selfish to walk away rather than try to, work to repair and rectify the relationship?
I'm going to say no if that is a true and genuine decision you are making for yourself. If it's something you're doing because your mama told you to, or because you got 500 likes on Instagram, or because you trying to, like, if you're leaving because you hoping that it pisses them off enough to make them act right and all that, like, if you're leaving for all of the other reasons, it is selfish. Yes. If you're doing it to play games, it is selfish. But if you genuinely actually made that decision for yourself and you decide to leave, no, it is the best thing to do. Because just like Riggs was just talking about, like, why stay? For what? Why? Now all you're doing is just digging the hole deeper and deeper. That's all that's happening. The hole just getting deeper. The grave went from 6 feet to 8 feet, from 8 feet to 12, just because you decided to keep digging rather than just get out of the fucking hole. Stupid.
You think they were digging because they had optimistic that things could change, right? Like, it was bad and from worse, but they thought it could change. Do you think that's wrong to have optimism?
And I think, and that's what I'm saying. When you're in that and you're looking at it like, all right, we're going through something tough. We can work this out. Let's try and make this happen. When you're looking at it that way, no, don't leave. You leaving at that point is selfish. I agree with you there. But if you're still sitting in it and you're having the perspective of, okay, we can possibly work this out, then work it out. But once you finally do get to that decision and say, you know what, I tried working it out. We went to therapy. I tried talking to you. We did separation, then came back together.
Ding, 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 ding. That's a fact.
Once you finally actually make the decision for yourself, because
so
most of the time
it's a process, right? That the 100 Watts, it ain't something that you just make lightly.
Because most of the time, if you are making a true and genuine decision for yourself, it's something that you have to take time to do. You have to build up the time, the experience, the reps, you have to build up a lot to actually make a impactful decision like that. Something as strong as what we're talking about, you can't just wake up one day and make that decision.
You can't, bro. There's pain in there, bro. There's some pain in there. Like, we gonna keep the shit 100, even though we men or whatnot, and we talking about that. There's still pain, bro. You don't want to walk away, bro. That shit gonna hurt.
You don't just wake up 12 years married.
Yeah, that's a fact.
12 years married and just one day say, all right, I ain't doing this shit no more. Like, this is there's a process that happened here. There's time that happened in this process. And one day someone finally made a decision for themselves. Not what their mama said, not what their therapist told them to do, not what their coworkers at work said. You know what, girl, I would never deal with that shit. No, you didn't make a decision for that. You made a true and genuine decision for yourself. And once you make that decision, it's time to go.
Hey, I like that, that got hashed out. So this is going to
Yeah, that was good. Is that how you gonna end it, or you got another one I was about to say? Because that was pretty good.
I wanted to end it there because it went so smooth, but then Honey Watts mentioned the key word, the T word, which is therapy. So this what we gonna end it on. So let's give a concise and precise answer, and we gonna be up out of here, fellas. But don't worry, I'm gonna come back and hit y'all with another banger tomorrow. So I'm gonna start with Progress on this one, then go to Honey Watts and have Big Rig take us home. So Progress, is it weak to go to therapy, or is it weak not to go to therapy?
No, I can speak for the mixed biracial people. We need therapy, brother. Please give us some grace. But we need the right therapist, brother. But we don't have the therapists that are educated right now to help. Okay? So we need that grace. Okay? But we do need the therapy. And I'm not qualified. I'm not a therapist. But I can sit here and tell the truth, but sometimes I do it in a manner that's aggressive and people don't want to hear it because they say I'm a crash out. If you look at my channel, a lot of people say I'm a crash out, but I speak with passion and I come from the culture. So you know how sometimes we are, and I'm trying to speak how I need to speak to speak the truth. If you go to my channel, you'll see, and I did get on. I'm new to the YouTube space, but the way I came in, people might not respect it because I had a vendetta against the mulattoes, and I came in and I because the Bible says, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. So I came in and I came in like a serpent, and I killed them from within. But a lot of people might not understand it, but that's a whole different story. But therapy is good, and it's not weak, but I'm just speaking for, my sect of biracial people. We need therapy because a lot of us don't have the mentality that needs to be in America. And I'm just specifically talking about the FBA bloodline. I'm not talking about all biracials because I don't really care about all biracials. I just care about my specific FBA bloodline biracials, and we do need therapy. So I don't think it's weak, but we don't have the leadership of people that have gone to school to be educated for this therapy to help them. So with that, I yield.
Look, I'll say it like this. For some reason, people have decided that.
Hey, what's that noise? What's that noise, man?
I think that was 100 watts. What was that, your cell phone?
Background noise. Okay, look. I'll say it real quick because it was background noise.
Okay,
therapy.
Yeah, I can still hear. It's like
I got you. I'm gonna say it real quick.
Barnum and Bailey's.
No, it's a background. It's a movie in the background.
This dude sound like a circus act like a motherfucker though. Go ahead.
I was like, what the hell?
Drumline. I'll say it real quick and I'll get out the way. Therapy, for some reason, people only see it as sitting in a doctor's office in front of another person. Therapy is so many other things. Go meditate. That's therapy. Go for a hike. That's therapy. Go swimming. That's therapy. Isn't just sitting in an office with another person. The definition of therapy is treatment for physical, mental, or spiritual injuries. Go heal yourself. If you're not going to go heal yourself, then you are weak. That's my simple answer.
Okay, thanks. I mean, hopefully you didn't cut your answer short just because the circus. That's why I was like he
had some chimpanzees with fucking symbols and shit going on back there.
Yeah, a little Pee Wee Herman theme song coming on.
Shit, bro.
Come on, bro.
What the hell, yeah, that shit, and it was banging too. That shit was dumbass loud, amplified like a motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying, bro. 100 Simbas in the background. Like, what was? But
And
go
what was
ahead,
crazy though,
B.
his progress didn't even move though, bro. He stayed the same the whole time the music was playing. I was like, damn, do we hear this shit?
Bro,
Progress a
he
cold
like,
dude though. That dude be
bro, a
straight
cold
stone
dude.
face in that motherfucker,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. Like, bro got a little John Wick, little hitman in him. Salute to bro. But go ahead, Big Rig, take us home.
That shit crazy.
Is
So,
it
oh, go
weak to
ahead.
go to therapy or weak not to? And I did like the element that Honey was added to,
I
because if
did
you
too, bro.
think this therapy is you just sitting down with a shrink who's
Yep.
most likely going to be a non-black person, is going to be some white Karen
Right.
giving you, it's like, nah, bro, that's not that's a limited scope of what therapy is. Sometimes
Right.
people, they have something called aromatherapy where people just go in and they
Facts.
just inhale like very
Mm-hmm.
fragrant, fragrant perfumes.
Man, I got
When it
one of them
comes to
misters in my
marijuana,
shit, bro. You feel me? Put a couple drops of that shit. You know what I'm talking about?
go ahead, speak on it. So is it weak to go to therapy or weak not
No,
to? But then
absolutely not, bro.
also add this element to your response, Big Rig. Where do you think some of that stigma comes from? Where people do consider it as a weakness, because
As a weakness,
sometimes people do believe that, oh, Big Rig, he going to therapy, so you must be unstable, so your leadership can be scrutinized or compromised, because bro, he don't even got it all together, right? They equate shrink with being crazy or
right? Well,
unstable.
there you go. And see, you beat me to it. I was gonna bring you back to the days when we used to play the dozens, right? So you know what I'm saying? If you were talking about some therapy or whatever, oh, what's wrong with you? Something wrong with you? You know what I mean? Are you crazy? Are you? That's where that would come from, right? So growing up, with therapy, a lot of youngsters, you know what I'm saying? Oh hell nah. But in reality, bro, ain't nothing wrong with therapy, bro. And I like what Watts was saying because he's absolutely correct. But the thing is, though, if we even gonna talk about the therapy when it comes to somebody just sitting down in front of somebody, bro, I don't see anything wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Now, 9 times out of 10, I think they just listening and shit. I don't really, it is what it is. But for some people, it helps them, bro. So I can't deny that for them. I wouldn't deny it for me. Like if I felt I need therapy for something, bro, I'm gonna do it, bro. I don't give a two shits about what anybody says. I don't care if it's something that's gonna help me and get me past whatever I may be going through, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna do it, bro. I've almost been close to damn near doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just like, fuck, man, this shit is bothering me. You know what I'm saying? So like some things they can make you feel like hey man, ain't nothing wrong with sitting down with somebody or whatnot and seeing if you can come together with some shit. You know what I'm saying, with your thoughts and like maybe why you may be having these. You know what I'm saying, like just whatever, bro. Sometimes it can be somebody that you was real close to. They ain't here no more. You know what I'm saying, and your shit just keep messing with you. You know what I'm saying. And maybe just the family that you have or whatnot, they're not doing it for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not shit, they need therapy. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even get it from that. You know what I'm saying? You can't get no good any engagement out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna lead you back down to sorrow and all kind. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't think nothing's wrong with therapy, bro. I don't think it's a weak thing. I just think that the reason why people would have thought of things like that is because like growing up, with us being kids and talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Therapy was look like you said, bro. Like, are you crazy? You know what I'm saying? What you mean therapy? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? You feel me? So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But I don't see a problem with it at all, bro. And shout out to Watts with that definition that he did, bro. That was dope, bro, because you was absolutely correct, bro. And I'm glad you kind of put that out there like that because other than that, we kind of really just would have been focused on just basically the person you sit down with. But that really is therapy, what you were saying, bro. Hikes, all that kind of shit, man. Meditating, all that shit. Real shit. I'm on mute.
Yep, so I respect it. So here we go, man. This is the time we shut it down. So Progress, just give a quick shout out, drop your channel, drop your link, and then I'm shutting the stream down right now. Final remarks. Go ahead, Progress. Take us home.
I just want to make peace with the FBA. And you looking at me, I mean, anybody would look at me and say, well, that's not a black man. Okay. And I get that. That's why I have the acronym. Okay. Foundational Mixed American. Okay. But it doesn't mean that I don't have the bloodline. Okay. So I want us in America to make peace between the FBA and the FMA. And I think together that there's nothing that we can't accomplish together. And but we have to get together on a leadership level, and then I think that people will follow behind us that maybe not don't fully understand what we're trying to accomplish, which is the reparations that we're owed from our bloodline. And we could, and that's, you've been talking about this stuff, and I don't want to, get into all the things of all the destruction that's happened to our people, but I
Yeah,
know
don't get into that now.
yeah, but I want us to make peace in America between us, and I want us to work together. And we don't have to necessarily be the same tribe, but we can make peace, and we can get what we're owed moving forward, and then we can do things together that shows that we have solidarity, and but we can figure that out later. And so I want to work with FBA, and because you guys are definitely the drivers in the car, and because you have the most numbers, just like how the Caucasians have the most number, and they have been taking what we have done to build this country, and they have been sustaining the wealth, and that's why we have the most powerful dollar in the world. So my whole thing is that if I can work with FBA and the Caucasians that know that we're owed reparations, and those three groups in America come together, we would be the most powerful group in the world. And there is nothing and nobody that could stop us. And so that is my mission and my goal in America to make happen. And I'm going to continue to do everything in my power to make it happen to where that's the case. So basically, I have a vision for it, and that's what I'm going to do. And if we can come together, us three groups, the FMA, the FBA, of course, you the FBA is in the driver's seat, but I say, my whole thing is, if anybody's watched my channel, I say the three groups are, we got the Caucasians in America. They the most powerful group that got the most money. They number one. Then you got the FBA, they the number two group in America, is the most powerful. And then I say the FMA is the third. But I'm not saying that that's going to be forever, but that's just the way it is right now, because I'm a realist and I see it. But we haven't got our reparations. So ultimately, I have to try to come together with the FBA and say, hey, look, white America, you have to do right by us. But at the same time, we see these illegals voting down reparations, and a lot of the whites are too. So we have to say, hey, look, to the real white Americans out here, look what's happening to us. So you see what I'm saying, and so that's what my whole goal is to get us three to the real Americans to realize that we're going to have to be the front runners of America if this thing is going to continue in the future. And Donald Trump wrote the book, The Art of the Deal. And the things I'm talking about is in that process of the art of the deal. And if you can't see that, that we're owed reparations, then obviously, Donald Trump, you aren't even going by your own philosophy. But that's my whole thing, is that I don't think America is going to make it in the future if the FMA, the FBA don't get reparations and are connected with the white Americans that realize what had happened, because it's just going to just be a whole S show moving forward if that doesn't happen. Because it ain't even going to be America because we're the ones that made the dollar as powerful as it is today. It's just going to continue to decline without us. So it's the ball's in their court, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I think everybody hears me knocking, and I think I'm coming in, and I yield.
Got you. So you're gonna land the plane with that, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down, Progress, and you can get in the chat. I
Appreciate you, Progress. For real.
We gotta come about, and we gotta really touch on your mixed heritage, so we can really understand, you know, that perspective. Because I liked what Big Rick said. Because sometimes people talk at mixed people and try to project blackness on them, but sometimes they live a different reality. They lived, you know, a mixed life, you know what I mean? And it's something you can't understand, so it's better to hear it out the horse's mouth. Go ahead, honey, Watch, take us home. Final remarks on whatever you want to touch on based on this stream.
That nigga is funny. Look, I still stand on what I said earlier. Sometimes it's okay to not be at the cool kids table, okay? Everybody's looking over the fence, trying to wonder why won't they accept me into their group? And then you get into that group and find out they a bunch of weirdo crazies that do a bunch of freaky shit when the lights go off. Okay, sometimes it's okay to not be invited to the slumber party. You know what I'm saying?
Like that freaky ass shit, nigga. You's a freaky ass nigga.
Okay. Sometimes it's okay to just be in your space. If you're not comfortable in your own circle, in your own community, if you're not comfortable in your own fucking house or looking at yourself in the mirror, it don't matter how many people accept you. You ain't never going to be good enough if you can't accept yourself before you go out there looking for other people to accept you. So, y'all be easy party people.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Watch.
Again, bro been like on MIA. You've been on a milk carton, but I appreciate you, fam.
I appreciate you boys too, man. Y'all stay up out here, man. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody watching.
Hey, the chat's where it's at.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you in Texas, honey. Wise.
I ain't never hard to find.
I respect it. Appreciate the Brody. Go ahead, Big Rig. Take us home.
Shit, man. Shout out to you, bro. Good stream, man. Glad you went live again. You know what I'm saying? Always good topics, bro. Shout out to Progress. You know what I'm saying? I really like how he got down. I like his conduct on the panel, too. Shout out to 100 Watts.
Bro, I like the 100
Yeah, I do.
Watts. And you know what was dope? 100 Watts came in extra spicy, and then bro was like, hey, bro, you know what? I didn't mean to come off like that. And like I said, for me, it was cool because, you know, I'm always dealing with trolls. And like I said, we come from the slums. We roasting each other, calling, you know what I mean? But I liked how it was able to be a grown man. Hey, look, bro, this how you came in. Oh, bro, I didn't mean to come off like that. This exactly what I meant. Oh, wow, that's what you meant. Oh, I agree with that, bro. And the conversation just flows smooth. But you know how these other sectors and panels, you know how it would have went, Big Craig.
Yeah, we don't be on that. We don't be on that, bro. And that's one thing, you know, that we've always been like, we've always been, you know what I'm saying, some real cats with some real conversation, bro. We don't be trying to censor nobody. We ain't out here trying to cuss nobody out or, you know, cause no type of crazy division. Like you said, you're a humanitarian, bro. I'm the same way, bro. I love all people, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm just not going to be naive to certain shit. And you done opened my eyes to a lot of different things, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you. I mean, it don't make no sense to be around people, bro, and you can't grow and learn something from them, bro, for real. So I appreciate you for that. But yeah, man, I just want to put out there, man, we're going live tomorrow, man, on HT's channel, man. You know, get a bar of that from the block to the hood table. Always real conversation just like this, you know what I'm talking about? So we're going to be on hood table shit tomorrow. Y'all slide through. It's going to be 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm thinking. Maybe 8 Pacific Standard, but it's one of those, y'all. It'll be on the community wall. But, you know, shout out to all of y'all, man, that came through, man, and was rocking out with us on this stream. it means a lot, bro, because when we have these conversations, man, it's good for y'all to hear them, man, and engage with us in the chat or whatever, bro. Like, that's what we do this shit for, man. We ain't getting big dollars or none of that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So we do this for y'all, man.
No dollars right now. I ain't even.
And a lot of people don't even go live, bro, because they don't get no money. Which, I mean, to we stay on.
Say the comments, bro. The cats. That's why I was telling cats. I was like, bro, I be reading the comments, bro. Cats, they don't read a comment unless you hit them with a super chat, bro.
That's a fact. The fact people won't even get on. They won't even go live unless you give them some money, bro. It's crazy as hell. I do it, bro, because I like doing it, man, and I fuck with my people, bro. To be in it, if I do get a couple of dollars or not, man, that's love, bro. Yeah, but just y'all pulling up, that's why I say, man, y'all give me my 10 in the chat, man. That's where it's at, bro. That to me is great. You know what I'm saying? For real. But I appreciate you though, bro. You did fucking 2 hours and 14 minutes, man. You doing your thizzle, man. Go ahead and drop me, man. Shout out to you, B-Eazy. Shout out to the chat, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, bro. So this is the moment where I'm about to shut her down. I already did an earlier stream that was like at least like 5 hours. I came back and hit y'all with another 2. I'm dropping some heavy games, some great content. I mean, at least drop a little change in the Cash App, $Easy Stack. But guess what? If you don't want to hit me, you're unable or unwilling to make a financial contribution, that's okay. It won't cost you a fee. The likes are free. Tell a friend to tell a friend, share. Even if you hate me, bruh, leave some trollish comments, right? Because that will help boost the algorithm. Say how much my content is lame in the comments, and guess what? I'll go back and forth with you. So there are multiple ways that you can support, but I do sincerely appreciate that. And salute to Sincere. Once again, the one thing I like about Sincere, because Sincere be in the shadows, she is the sophisticated and the sensational, but she could be a shadowy figure because you don't know when Sincere is watching. And I do appreciate the viewership, Sincere. It does mean a lot to me. And like Big Reg said, much love to all y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me and with us, at least momentarily. And for that, I thank you. So I'm going to hit y'all with a couple quick visuals and we will be out of here. But don't trip. I will come back tomorrow and hit y'all with another one. Yeah. Hey. B-Eazy Dat Dude, yeah. Shit so hot it's burning up. Just go ahead and turn this up. I bring the pain like an aftermath of a car wreck. There's a lot of niggas that say they real. To me, that shit is far-fetched. Them cats is pussy. They really is on some feminine stuff. I rock up on them with the 40 ounces. The definition of adrenaline rush. What it do is sweet like cinnamon puffer. My niggas is rough like Willow Pass. Grew up out on Mary Mac, but I used to hang on Willow Pass. These birds that I roll with, outcasts and misfits. Better zip lips so you get hit when the fifth spit. Flat line in your pit. Trap habits is black magic, no voodoo. Get the bands like Goku. For the cocaine, they go cuckoo. Most these niggas is foo-foo, so I'm shitting on them like doo-doo. I can't fuck with y'all like tofu. I'm just saying, man, like Goku. Bad bitches at the house with me watching Netflix or Roku. Fuck them both at the same time, and I swear to God, it was so cool. Street legend, real boss, I call shots cause I'm still saucy. I know some G's to the bike crack on shite racking and fly back out to Millwall. When they hear me flow, they say I be burning up, burning up. Cookie to the draw is what we burning up, burning up. What you ain't know, oh, we burning up, burning up. This shit so hot, it's burning up. Just go ahead and turn this up. When you hear me flow, say I be burning up, burning up. Cookie to the draw is what we burning up, burning up. What you ain't know, oh, we burning up, burning up. This shit so hot, it's burning up. Just go ahead and turn this up.
Be easy, tell me how it feel. Ooh, tell me how it feel. To be real, to be really that dude. Be easy, that dude. Ay, 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 that dude. We wanna listen to B-Eazy. Ayy, we all like B-Eazy. Nah, matter of fact, we love B-Eazy. Believe me, he really that dude. Subscribe to the channel, it's easy to do. If you care, then go ahead and share this fire content, extraordinarily rare. That's why I put that on mamas, he is that dude. I put that on fathers, he is that dude. So be easy, be easy, be easy. He is that dude. Ooh, he is that dude. That dude, be easy. He is the one that you can call so he can get the job done. He about to reign supreme if you thought his run would soon end. He just getting started though, so go ahead and tune in. Be easy, be easy, he is that dude. Ooh, 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 he is that dude.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Follow. Be easy. You know you want to.
We're waiting. Thank you. You love me. You really love me. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.